All rise. Support court with Judge Van Der Bee is now in session. Judge's case number JVB 2001, Allen case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Allen, you're back. It looks like you brought someone with you. What's going on?
King. So he's my nephew's father,
Okay.
and I need help. You know, mom's paying child support. I feel it's only fair that dad pays child support for, you know, his child.
Okay. And you said for your nephew, if I remember correctly, there were 2 children, right?
Yes, he's just the father of the 4-year-old.
All right.
Yes.
All right. But you said he was around. I remember
he
you
does,
saying
and
it.
he even dropped off some school supplies. You know, he brought him a backpack, and he got him, you know, the scissors and Crayolas and stuff, but, I mean, he didn't help with school clothes.
All right. Right. Have you ever asked him to help with school clothes or do anything more?
I mean, he knows school starts, you know.
So that's a no.
That's a no.
Okay. How do you know he knows that school started?
I mean, because the summer just ended and the school starts, and he knows his baby's gonna go to, you know, kinder. He knows that the baby's starting pre-K. So, you know, he brought school supplies. Why wouldn't he think to bring school clothes?
Well, that's true. That's true. You all have a decent relationship, though.
We do, and he's, you know, he's sometimey. He comes, you know, when he wants.
The video kicks off with a tense courtroom scene where the judge calls the case to order. Immediately, you feel the weight of what's about to unfold. Miss Allen arrives seeking child support from King, the father of her nephew's child. Right away, this sets the stage for a potentially emotional and complicated family dispute. Who do you think has the stronger case here?
Basically, that's it, you know. My sister's not doing her part. He does sometimey part, and, you know, it's just getting old.
Okay.
My nephew deserves more.
So at this point, you are wanting to place him on child support?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I don't know if, have you talked to him before today? Because I don't know if he knew this because he has this look on his face and shaking his head. You haven't.
Miss Allen explains that while the child's mother pays child support, the father, King, contributes little beyond some school supplies. She's clearly frustrated, emphasizing fairness and responsibility. Yet, King seems somewhat detached, which raises the emotional stakes. Why should one parent bear the burden alone? Would you agree with Miss Allen's insistence that King pay child support?
Sir, is your last name King or your first name King?
First name's King.
First name is King. What's your last name?
Jackson.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, what's going on here?
You guys tell me. I don't know what's going on here.
You were unaware of the reason that you were coming to court today?
I'm just here.
Okay, you got served with paperwork. Did you read it?
No.
So you just showed up without reading? You just came to court not knowing what was going on?
Well, I'm not gonna miss court. So.
Well, I can appreciate that. Thank you. You're about the first person that is coming here and recognize that you should come to court when you are ordered to come to court. But you didn't read the paperwork, so you're not aware of anything.
I'm in the blind about all this, and nothing was discussed or anything like that. Just prior to, sent you a text message here. I think I still got it.
You sent her a text message?
Yeah, we communicate. We communicate back and forth.
Okay.
So for her to say that I'm inconsistent, I don't know where she's getting that from.
Well, how would you describe, you know, you going and seeing your son and everything like that?
Oh, I'm an amazing father, but of course, you know, when you get in court, it's something totally different. So. Yeah.
What do you mean by amazing father? Like, explain that to me.
How often do you come and pick up your son?
Excuse me, Miss
I'm
Allen?
sorry. My apologies.
And I know you know better. You've been here before.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Don't be sorry.
Thank you, Judge.
Just don't do it.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Now,
Thank you, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Jackson.
Yes.
You're welcome. Continue.
Being an amazing father, I go pick up my kids whenever I have the opportunity to. I do work at a bank here as a financial advisor.
All right.
So my schedule is not, it doesn't permit me to go pick them up like I would like to, but through our text message and everything.
The judge probes deeper, uncovering that King has been somewhat inconsistent in his involvement, sometimey, as Miss Allen puts it. This contradiction between sporadic attention and a child's ongoing needs spotlights a common dilemma in family law. How much involvement is enough to avoid child support? Let us know your thoughts.
Okay, because you said kids, so I didn't know if this was this child or you had outside children.
No, well, just this one.
Okay, okay, I got you, I follow you.
Yeah.
And
so,
that matters because if you're going to be put on child support, you will get credit for any of the children that you have. You said you work at a bank. How much money do you make?
say about $60K a year.
Okay, all right. So you pick up your son, you take him places, you do things with him.
Yes,
Do you buy him clothes and everything like that for your home?
of course.
Okay. As far as Aunt's home though, Miss Allen's home, you don't.
I can't speak for our household. I
Okay.
can only speak for my household and when I have them. So,
All right.
other than that, yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel about knowing that you're here today to be placed on child support at her request?
I think it's a waste of time, honestly. I think we could have settled out of court for all this, but hey, you got to go through the process. So let's go through it.
Okay, have you been giving her any financial assistance for your son up until now?
Yes,
All right, how have you been giving her financial assistance?
whenever she asks.
Okay. How frequent do you ask him?
I don't like to ask frequently because I feel like he knows his child has needs, wants even.
King arrives seemingly unaware of the case's specifics. A dramatic moment. He admits to not reading the court paperwork, which instantly calls into question his commitment and responsibility. This hesitation fuels the courtroom tension. Is King truly neglectful or just overwhelmed?
This is
Electricity, gas, $435 for electricity. I mean,
What does your bill have to do with my child?
your child lives in my home and
Okay.
uses this electricity, you know, watching TV or the enjoyment of the air conditioner, you know? I mean, it's just your child, you should pay.
Okay. Once
Financially.
again, you didn't answer the question. What
You're
do your bills have to do with my child?
you don't, if you're not gonna sit your child, if you're not gonna take care of your child and have your child with you, well, then you can pay financially,
Okay.
right?
I
I
choose
think-
to have my child with me, but hey, you know how you guys do.
What does that mean? You guys do. What does that mean?
I'm not gonna get into that.
Oh, okay. But I asked you to. So what does that mean?
Yes, Shauna. As I said before, I think I'm an amazing dad. Her and her sister. How can I say it without being rude? They have certain ways about them.
I could kind of tell that from the last time that they were here.
They have certain ways about them. A little money hungry, if you want to say that. I'm gonna say that and not use the other term, but hey, teach his own. Teach his own.
Okay. And she said some things about the electricity bill and everything like that.
Correct.
King claims to be an amazing father and details his efforts to stay involved despite a busy work schedule. But the judge questions how often he actually picks up his son or provides financial help. The contrasting perspectives raise a key, emotional question. What defines a responsible parent? Presence, financial support, or both?
You have to have an agreement outside of court, right? That's not a requirement or anything like that. But considering that you all seem to have somewhat of a decent relationship, I just would think this would be a conversation that you all had first to try to see what you can work out. But I mean, nonetheless, we are here today. Do you have access to health insurance?
I do.
All right. Do you know how much it'll cost you to put your son on health insurance?
I don't have an exact number, but I'm pretty sure anywhere between $300-$400
Okay.
a month.
All right. Is it possible that it could be cheaper than $300?
Once again, I'm not sure. I have to go through and find out there, but pretty standard there. I believe it's about $300-$400. I think it might be cheaper, but I'm not exactly sure.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Jackson, this is what we are going to do. We are going to place you on child support today. I mean, at the end of the day, the law is the law. You do have a responsibility to financially support your child, any children that you may have. Your child is living with his aunt. she should receive some sort of financial support in caring for your son, just like the mother does. All right, you understand what I'm saying? So it's not to punish you or anything like that, but she is entitled to receive some sort of support for taking care of your child. All right. Now, child support is, go ahead.
So all the cash apps and everything that I have here and all the text messages and everything, that means nothing, correct?
No, you haven't told me that. You haven't told me. I mean, I asked, how much have you been giving her?
Like I said, whenever she asks.
But what does that mean? Like, numerically, how does that look?
What, an extra 250 to 500?
A month?
Yeah, say that.
Okay, and the last time you were here, I believe you said your nephew had been with you, let me see, I have my notes here, 9 months at the time.
250, there's no way. 250 to 500, there's no way.
Okay.
He'll send like 20 bucks here, 30 bucks here, 40 bucks. I've never received a payment more than $50, ever.
Never?
So is it possible
Sure?
that, excuse me?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm
Excuse me,
sure.
I'll let you
Okay.
guys talk the first time, now I'm talking. So is it possible that the $250 to $500 is a total based on sending smaller amounts?
About finances gets heated when King dismisses bills related to the child's care, like electricity, as irrelevant. Miss Allen argues that since her home supports the child, King should contribute financially. The tension. Here exposes the messy reality many families face, balancing emotional ties with legal and financial obligations.
It's not, but your child lives in my home.
Okay, you keep talking about your bills. You need to
Okay,
focus
well,
on
let
my
me
child,
just clear
okay?
this up. The bills don't matter, okay? I mean, I get what you're saying. I
Yes.
understand. The child lives there. There
It
are
was
things
just,
that
you
you
know.
have to pay for. I get it.
I was just saying.
His child support is not going to be paid based on your electricity
Absolutely.
bill, your gas bill, any of those
But he
bills
wants
that you
to
brought
sit here
today.
and say $250 to $500. That's probably been in a year. And what I was just trying to say is, come on, come on. $500
Come on
in a
now.
year, that's
Come
not
on now.
much.
Well, she did ask for back child support too, so that's the reason that I asked what it was that you had paid her.
You can take $500 off. Fine.
$500 off
From
the back
box-
pay?
Yeah. I'll
Okay,
give him
now
that.
you do understand that back pay
give
starts
him
from the day that you filed, right? She hasn't filed, it's been fairly recent since she filed. So taking $500 off, that'll probably put you around $2,000 in back.
King's insinuations that Miss Allen and her sister are money hungry add a layer of hypocrisy and emotional drama, reflecting how financial disputes can quickly become personal battles. The judge intervenes firmly, reminding both parties to stay focused on the child's needs. This moment highlights the importance of separating emotion from responsibility in legal settings.
Okay, and you can pay that back at $100 a month, okay? So this is what we're gonna do. What I'll do is give you credit. I can give you $200 credit for health insurance. Now, if your health insurance ends up being more than that, I can't just say, okay, I'll give you credit for $300 or even more than that without seeing what the actual health insurance premium is going to look like for your son only. So I give you credit for $200, okay?
Okay.
All right, so if I do that with your gross, that brings your gross to $4,800, which means your net is $3,979.47. And you said you have one child, correct?
Have one, expecting one.
Okay, so you have one child that's already here.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So that is $3,979.47. That's 20%, $795.89.
The judge delivers the verdict. King will be placed on child support with clear calculations based on his income. The financial reality hits hard, with a monthly obligation of nearly $900 plus back pay. King's frustration is palpable, but the judge stresses this is about the child's welfare, not punishment. How would you react if faced with this outcome?
Too. My nephew thanks you too.
Okay,
And
that's
he'll
great.
thank you too.
No, your bills, thank you. That's what it is.
Okay, the two of you
Whatever.
hush, thanks. All right, so as I stated, it's not a punishment or anything like that. It is strictly based on what your income is. Now, if you guys can work together and you decide you want to do something different, you get an agreement or something like that, I would happily entertain it. But until then, this is where we're at today. All right? Do you have any questions, Mr. Jackson?
I bet he don't.
Money hungry, like I said. No, I'm good. I mean, I got other priorities right now, so.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for showing up for court, at
Most
least.
definitely.
Other
Thank you.
priorities than his son. Other
Miss Allen,
priorities
your
other than
only
his son.
That's not your
priority,
business.
you have two
You want your bills
priorities.
paid,
The
right?
first priority is for you to make the request as you did, and the second one is to hush.
Yes, Your
All right?
Honor.
Anything
Your
further?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In the closing moments, the judge offers an olive branch, encouraging cooperation and possible alternative agreements, underscoring that the law serves the child's best interests. The final call for respect and mutual responsibility reminds viewers of the broader implications of family court rulings on real lives.
And you get an agreement or something like that, I would happily entertain it. But until then, this is where we're at today. All right? Do you have any questions, Mr. Jackson?
I bet he don't.
Money hungry, like I said. No, I'm good. I mean, I got other priorities right now, so.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for showing up for court, at
Most
least.
definitely.
Other
Thank you.
priorities than his son. Other
Miss Allen,
priorities other
your
than
only
his son.
That's not your
priority,
business.
you have two
You want your bills
priorities.
paid,
The
right?
first priority is for you.
This case highlights the complex intersection of family dynamics, financial responsibility, and legal duty. The court's ruling reinforces that child support is essential to ensure children receive the care they deserve, regardless of parental disagreements. If you found this case insightful, please like, share, and subscribe for more real-life courtroom stories and family law insights.